I am Destiny Manifest, artist, creative, and extraordinaire. And I'm here with my brother. I'm here with my brother.
Raymond Jimenez. I'm the man behind the merch by UPG, Unity Power Grind, UPG Caps, UPGCaps.com. That's where you can find my stuff at. That's me.
Yes. And so Ray and I, friends for a while now, while going through treatment for breast cancer, I would wear Unity Power Grind hats almost every single day to every single chemo treatment, to the point that the staff would literally ask me like, yo, what's the message behind Unity Power and Grind? And so I would go into an explanation as to what it meant to me.
Right.
They would often walk away and be like, you know what, that's inspiring. Like, the message behind it was inspiring, particularly given what was going on at the time. So back in May of 2022, I was diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. I subsequently found out that I actually carry 2 genetic mutations that puts me at an elevated risk for breast cancer. Because of that, I elected to do a bilateral mastectomy. So I had both breasts removed after that, and then I did 25 rounds of radiation treatment. So it was an aggressive treatment approach. I took that approach largely because of my age, being younger, and just to have a better quality of life long term. And so having that connection with the Unity Power and Grind, particularly after dealing with that, I reached out to Ray, and I was just like, yo, I keep, like, people are commenting on these hats that I'm wearing like every single day, like, yo, we should really do something. And then Ray and I, we spoke about it, and then we thought it would also be a great idea to give back, to bring awareness to breast cancer. Breast cancer is highly treatable and curable, as we've come into knowledge, but there's still particularly milestones. How should I say it? I should say Black women in particular die at higher numbers than any other race, despite breast cancer being so curable. So again, it's just the partnership is to bring awareness, and it's also to give back.
Right. And when Destiny Manifesto came to me, you know what I'm saying, with that, when that came to me, she's a good friend of mine's. And when she came to me with that idea of just wanting to collab and her album, and then she told me about her battle with breast cancer, it just seemed right as soon as she told it to me. The concept seemed right, the reasons seemed right, and then she just seemed right as a person to work with. And I was like, oh, great, So we started talking about it. We were breaking it down, how we do it, what would, like, we're going to do this first or that second, or then you got the album coming out. So just having those conversations about how to release it, how to do it, telling the story, those conversations were great. And then once we realized what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, and we started getting more detailed in it, then we started seeing reasons how it could be helpful not only to us but to everybody else who suffers from that situation, especially Black women, because from what I was talking about with my girlfriend Kristen, she was giving me good insight. Now, she's a woman. She's not a Black woman, but she's a woman, and that's something on her mind as well. She gets checked up regularly. So, she was kind of like letting me know from a woman's point of view on how good on how important it is to get checked up regularly, and then And she was also saying, you know, I could just imagine how it is for somebody of color, how more difficult it is for them because the information, and what I was saying is, I was like, yeah, because the information doesn't get there a lot of times. Like, and even if it does get there, the problems are, there's so much more, it's a lot of problems where just taking the time to get checked could, somebody could lose a day of work that they can't afford. You know, they can't waste a day of work just to get checked up. A lot of times people are living paycheck to paycheck, especially on a lower income level, which a lot of minorities are, you know, that it's hard for them to get checked regularly because they just can't spare the time to do it. But that's why we're here.
Yeah, and I think, you know, one of the biggest things that really kind of like troubled me while going through this whole process, like I found the lump in my breast myself. It wasn't on a mammogram that I found the lump. I found it in February of 2022. But because of, I have private insurance, I also work in the healthcare industry. And despite all of that, I didn't actually get formally diagnosed from a biopsy until May of 2022. Like, so it's like 2 months, right? So it's from what is that? From February to May, right? Because as women, we have to essentially contact our gynecologist, see our gynecologist first, get a referral to see a specialist to get a mammogram. So, and with COVID in particular, things were particularly backed up. Like getting to see your PCP, getting to see your gynecologist, getting a routine exam or mammogram became that much more challenging. And I think, you know, that's the piece for me that was the most challenging and the most frustrating. And I really do believe two things in terms of the healthcare industry. I don't think that it's fair for women to have to go through those channels in order to get a mammogram, particularly if they found the lump in themselves. Like, right. What woman is going to say, hey, I found the lump and I need a mammogram? Like, it's not like clearly, right? Like, I don't know. I think that part of the system is broken. You know, and there's other ways and there's methods to assess it. I mean, we have telehealth now. I mean, there are so many other opportunities within the healthcare industry that we could take advantage of so that women don't necessarily have to go through that hoop. So here, it was like a three month lapse from the time I self-discovered this tumor to actually being formally diagnosed. Mm-hmm. And it had the cancer, and, you know, fortunately in my case, the cancer wasn't aggressive, right? But it was still in my body, right, for that amount of time, festering up until, you know, I went through treatment to address it.
Right.
So there were just a number of failures between the way that things were handled during COVID, which delayed treatment for people for routine care that now then became much more costly, right? And then again, just the idea that women have to go through their gynecologist to get a routine mammogram. Like, to me, that's just it's a sign of failure.
Right. It's like a gap in the system.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, and obviously, being a man, you know, breast cancer, I don't even know if men can get it. I think maybe like 2%.
They can.
A low percentage of men do get it, but it's not. I don't know if this. I actually seen a study recently with my girl when we were talking about it the other day. And it said something about that's the second leading cancer death in women is breast cancer. Right? So, you know, that makes an important issue right there. And I don't know. I'm not a big like stat person, but I think last time I checked, it was on the rise. Maybe because the population is on the rise of women in general, that breast cancer is on the rise. I know I talk about it with my friends all the time, and we're always like, is cancer more? Is it more now than before? Like, is it in people more now? And then you read about the food and the products, and you see these things that say may cause cancer or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
even in clothing. Like
Right.
if you purchase certain things and you live in California, there's a disclosure on any sort of materials that's in clothing or plastics that
In Europe,
contain
some things
cancer.
are illegal because you can't, because it has this thing in it.
Right.
So
Right. So there's so much at stake. It's the food we eat. It's the food we drink.
right.
It's there's again in my
You
case
said the food
there's
we drink.
yeah.
You're right.
You know what I mean? But
Even
there's-
that's how far it goes.
You know what I mean? There's environmental factors. There was just on the news earlier this morning. I saw what is it? The Simply Orange apparently
Orange
has
juice.
it has high levels of a carcinogen in that product.
Right.
And it's just like, so it's there's so many different variables. And again, as long as breast cancer is caught early enough, it's certainly highly treatable. But yeah.
And that's the good thing, because when I talk about it with other people and they're like kind of talk about how cancer's in this, cancer's in that, to the point where it's almost like a conspiracy, and I'm always arguing with them like, yeah, people have been dying, just to go back and forth with somebody. But the point is that you can see it. It's very obvious that these products are being made more non-natural than they used to be.
Yeah.
Right? That's easy. So to make all these non-natural products, they're using, non-natural goods and things like that, and those are harmful, and it's always easy to brush it off until it happens to you.
Yeah.
Right? Until it happens to your mom.
And then it gets real.
And then it's in your system.
And then it gets real.
And then all of a sudden it's like, so you never want to be at that place, and that's one of the reasons why it's such a good idea when I heard about it, because obviously it's real for me. It's real to me now. So we want to make it real for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do something good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can always try to do the cool thing. We can always do the cool thing. We always do cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to do some good shit.
Yeah.
We want to do some good shit. And that's just what it is.
Absolutely. So yeah.
Yep. I can't wait till we release some of this product, and we do want to let people know that it is merch. It is merch you can pay for. You can purchase. We'll be selling it on the website. We'll be selling it on social media, things like that, and rock it with pride. Rock it with the fact that you're raising awareness. Every time you wear a hat like this that has that ribbon, people are gonna know what you're talking about. And if you're walking past a lady and she's wearing this hat, and she looks at the hat and she's like, "Oh, that's a breast cancer sign. That's a breast cancer awareness." She's automatically probably gonna think, one, it affected them in some way, shape, or form for them to have to wear that hat. Mm-hmm. Whether it's them, whether it's their family members, it affected them some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, then it goes in reverse. Then you start thinking, okay, well, it didn't affect anybody in my life. Now it could have. Mm-hmm. They'll probably know firsthand experience, and maybe they don't, but they'll start thinking about it, and they say, wow, maybe I should get a mammogram soon.
Right.
Maybe I should check up soon. And just that little thought right there. If anybody we walk past when we're wearing this merch has that thought, then we know we've done something good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's the branding, it's the brand on the hat, the logo on the hat, It's the ribbon on the hat.
And I think, you know, the message itself is powerful.
Right.
Like unity manifests. Right. Like in tangible form.
Right.
You know, two friends unifying together, standing together.
Right.
Representing the message, the power in the message.
Right. And you can see like this is two hands hold, you know, like a partnership.
Exactly.
And you know, it's like our hands like a partnership.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what it is. So
that, you know, I'm glad the way it came out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we want you guys to wear it. You know, we want you guys to rock it. We want you guys to own it. And not only that, but when you do own it, you're gonna be walking around with some good stuff about something positive. But the money that you spend when you purchase one of these hats is going directly to charity. We're gonna let you guys know. Everything's gonna be posted, so you guys know exactly where your money is going. And that'll be not only a way for us to be able to do what we love, as far as me creating merch items, things like that. She creates merch all the time.
Yeah.
She's an artist. So for us to be able to create merch, create a positive message, and then with the profits from that, we're giving it to charity. So it's gonna be great. You know, everybody's giving back. We're all in this together. We're all giving back. And so to our friends and family, we need your support with this, because we don't want this to be a small thing. We want this to be a big thing. We want this to be the biggest thing we ever did.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's a right move.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So, and that's why we're doing it, and we're gonna continue to do it, and we're asking for everybody's support. And yeah, we hope this goes as planned, and I have no doubt that it won't.
Yeah. But yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank y'all. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to this message. And again, this is something that's personal and near and dear to both of us. So
Right.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. You know what I'm saying? We want to give a special shout out to my boy Mike behind the camera.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He was here all day helping us out.
Yes.
So thanks to Mike.
Unity. You know what I mean? It takes a whole team. Exactly.
Right. So, like I said, my name is Raymond Jimenez. I'm the guy behind UPG Caps, upgcaps.com. You can find all my product. There's Destiny Manifesto.
Destiny Manifest music.com. You can purchase merch directly from either of those websites.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Let's get it.
Oh, wait. One last thing. So, this is for UPG. I just want to let you guys know, every time I throw the U up, that's for UPG. That stands for unity. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me in the pictures and I'm throwing the U up, that's that stands for unity. So don't be afraid to throw a U up in your picture if you want to stand for unity.
Yes. What a dream. Yeah, so this is where everything actually went down. This is where I received my treatment. I had chemo here, radiation here, and surgery here. The New York Presby, Westchester location for Lawrence Hospital, the breast cancer center. Actually, they wouldn't let us go in to film it, but as soon as you walk in through those doors, it's right there, like right on the first floor. Radiation is in the basement because they don't want, all the radiation beams impacting strangers, basically people who are not supposed to get the treatment. But this is it. This is where everything went down, where all my treatment occurred.
Show your backside, you so full of life. And what a time to be alive. We gon' catch a vibe, these are high times. Really outside, and you certified. What you feeling like? Yo, you such a vibe. Show your backside, you so full of life. And what a time to be alive. Let's catch a vibe, these are high times. Hit. You say that you wanted me to go back to when we were free.